What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm actually going to talk about my opinion on the things that can improve the game, because obviously I love the game and I want the best for it, and nowadays it seems that not many people are playing the game, so at least what we have, the fans that the game has. I don't want the game to lose more fans. And so I'm going through what I think they can improve. Just little things. Then it's not like I'm not going to talk about like adding like different things that will evolve still a bunch of time. Now I'm talking about what they can do inside the game that doesn't actually take as much work, or at least they can just instantly do it. So little things. The first, obviously, okay, the first and probably the biggest thing is really a reason for players to play, because I guess that just playing ladder and just battling in the normal mode, at some point it will get people really sick and not really motivated to play the game. Even though there are events and all of that and wars, I don't feel like it's enough for many people. And people like to compete, like to compete in ladder. And so if they don't give more of a reason than just ladder, eventually it will get pretty damn sick, and players will tend to get pretty damn bored with it. And so one thing that I can do to give more of a reason is just more leaderboards. Like, there are not any leaderboards at all in terms of like individual ladder. Like, there's only like local and global. And if you think about it, uh, the reason for a player to play like ladder is just to get a better ranking in terms of leaderboards. There's not much of a reason behind that. They can add so much more. Imagine like 10 or 20 little leaderboards, like players who has the most time played. I don't know what else. Players with the most wins. Something along those lines. It doesn't need to be just trophies. It can be so much more that can motivate players, like, oh, if I do one more win or two more wins, I can be like in the top 100 of my country. It gives them such a boost in terms of motivation for people to play. It's quite unbelievable how that can work. And so, where else? Now, we talk about distractions. Obviously, people like distractions, and even if you look at party, there's just two things that you can do. There's just like 2v2 battle and just random else that they can play. It's just not enough. For example, some person just wants to have fun. They look at the party and they don't really get as much motivated. Like the 2v2 battle is always the same. There's no variety. There's no really variety. There should be like 4 or 5 different modes for people to play like every single week, and maybe that should be rotating across the many different modes that there are in Clash Royale. Like there have been some modes over the past few years that maybe are just not as played. Like I remember seeing like a mode 3 or 4 years ago that just not played anymore nowadays. I don't know, like mirror decks. I don't know. There are so many modes that I can put in here for people to just release a bit of stress from ladder, just give a little break, because they get sick of ladder, and then what? If they get sick of wars, there's just really events, and that is just like limited. So what they have is just like the party, and the party doesn't really have much. In that aspect, Clash Royale is really, really on the bad side compared to Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars is like free modes, yeah, and they can do so much more. Like they can put like ladder in 2 or 3 modes. Like let like 2v2 battle be a ladder, a thing to like play in ladder, like a second ladder, for people to just play, just get away from the individual ladder. They and with that they can have more leaderboards. People can be even more motivated. I Over the time I read a bunch of things over the what do you call it, the CWA, YouTube comments and all of that. So I'm just really talking about what I agree and my opinion overall. What else? They can even add like a third special ladder, like an individual ladder, a 2v2 ladder, and they can even add the third a special ladder with a different mode every single month. Imagine if I don't know, like 7 elixir was a ladder for an entire month, or 3 elixir was a ladder for an entire month. You know what I mean? Because I don't really think that just those events are enough for players. You know, if they give more of a reason, like I said, it really will boost a lot of motivation for people to come into the game again and to play it. Uh, or they could even add a third special ladder, uh, only for the cases where like uh, people can play with level 14 cards, or something like that. I don't know, something along those lines, something different, because even for max players, like there's nothing much more in terms of cards. You get a card max, and then what? It's maybe we could have like a ladder when it will only be unlocked for people that would get their whole entire uh, collection max. That would be interesting. A limited ladder. It will not influence much, but it will be cool, I guess. Influence much, but it will be cool. Just add different things. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Alright, now I'm going to talk about just one last thing that I've noticed. Alright, they implemented a really cool function in replace. Like you can go back, you can go forward, you know. But if that's the case, then why did they not do that to duels? Like I don't have a duels here to achieve you guys, but if you're going to do this, then why can't a person inside duels choose the game that they want to watch. You know what I mean? I don't think they even thought about that. Like, why can't, like, you start by watching the first game, but for example, it should be an option where a person who could instantly watch the second or even the third game of the duels, you know? Because if you want to exclusively watch the second game, you have to go through the entire first match, and that's quite boring, you know? You have to waste like what, 30 seconds or whatever to just go to the second match. And for what reason, you know? There should be instantly an option where you could choose, or at least an option for you to choose the time of the duels overall. For example, if the duels takes like I don't know, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, you should have the option to select what minutes you want to watch, or mm, what game you want to watch. That would be much more interesting now that they have implemented this back and forth thing over in the replies, you know. So yeah, that's basically just my opinion, because you know I don't think that adding cards nowadays is quite as a solution. There are things, a lot of things that they can do, that they can motivate a little bit more players to just play the game, their current players just play the game. Plus, they can, with those measures, they can incentivize players to, you know, uh, the current players to play the game, and other players to come back to the game, because that's basically what you want for a game. If you love it, you know, you want it to grow. If it's on a fall, you want it to stabilize it and then possibly grow again. I love the game and I want to see it do well. So yeah. Then along the way, I could have put maybe one or two matches to for you guys to watch while I talk, but yeah, that's something that I need to work on that as well. If I want to just talk, maybe just give something more than just my words, you know. Some I can possibly try to play some ladder, because I didn't play a lot of ladder. To be honest, I can possibly try to play some ladder and kind of show you, or even show you the matches that they have on the wars while I talk. That's something that I need to think and work about it. So, hey, that's just what I keep saying in my description of the videos. I just do these videos for the fan and only about that. With that, I try to work on my English a little bit, you know, and and also I try to just express my opinions. You know, just keep talking, keep trying. You should never give up. Plus, you know, I know that the English language is something that I need to keep working on constantly. You know, there might be some opportunity, for example, for me, just get a job and I need to have like some really good English. You know, so practicing is kind of a method for me to just keep working on it, you know. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, an amazing day. Look, remind you again that this is just my opportunity. Don't really, take it very personal. Uh, if you want, you can leave down in the comments your personal opinions about the game. If you can like the video and subscribe to this channel and turn on the post non- non- notifications. I'll see you next time. Take care. See you all later. Peace.
Just let me fall to my